This is fine. That's okay. Things are gonna be okay.
Stellaris is a game filled with choices. Sometimes we can make the right decisions and pick powerful options, and other times we can pick absolute garbage. In this video, I am going to build the most cursed empire ever using only F-tier traits, F-tier origins, F-tier civics, and then F-tier traditions and F-tier ascension perks. I'm going to combine all of this together and still attempt to defeat a 25 times crisis, 50 years early. But you know what's not F-tier? Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus. Special thanks to Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus for sponsoring this video. Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus is a fast tactical strategy game where you command champions from across the Warhammer 40,000 universe in tight, punchy skirmishes. It's quick, it's clean, and when you pull off the perfect ability combo, it feels great. And this is actually the perfect time to hop in, because the latest season features Marnius Calgar, the legendary chapter master of the Ultramarines, in the game's first ever legendary battle pass. Calgar is a tanky melee commander with those glorious gauntlets of Ultramar that do big area damage, getting extra hits. And his rites of battle lets him channel psychic energy for even more splash damage. He's basically a blue freight train of destruction. This season also brings in Haskell Thorn of the Silken Blade, an assassin who chains kills with choreographed efficiency. And the Tal Commander Farsight. This hit-and-run melee specialist zooms in, deletes a target, and disappears before anyone knows what's happened. So if you want to try out a fast, tactical game with iconic champions, check out Tacticus using our link down in the description or the QR code on screen, and use my code to get 50 Blackstone and 20 energy. The serene, cursed state of the empire we will be playing with today. For this run, I've only picked traits, origins, and civics that are in my F tier of my tier list. As the game goes on, I'm only going to pick traditions and ascension perks in that F tier as well until we run out of F tier choices, and then I will be forced to move on possibly to the C tier. Starting off with our people's traits, I have picked Venerable. This is going to boost the lifespan of Big Mark, our leader, and a bunch of other cursed folks by 80 years. Otherwise, there is no bonus. Yes, our leaders won't die of old age, but they are slow learners, so they won't get as high as quickly. They're also slow breeders, that means I'll have fewer people, and we're non-adaptive. That is going to reduce my habitability by 10% on any world that I care to try and inhabit. I've also gone out and grabbed Jinx, which admittedly isn't in the F tier, but I might as well add another negative here if I can to make them even worse. And come on, we're cursed, we might as well pick Jinxed. In terms of our civics, I've grabbed Heroic Pass. This is going to give us more official capacity, but because of dictatorial, I have fewer recruitable leaders. So yes, I can get more leaders before we hit our cap, but this is not going to be very helpful whatsoever. And the bonus here to governing ethics attraction leader experience gain is quite meh. Efficient bureaucracy is going to allow our bureaucrats to provide edict fund, scaling with their unity production, and slightly reduce the upkeep of our bureaucrats. Yay! We're going to get a little bit more edict fund, but because of dictatorial, we're already getting a lot of edict fund anyway, so this is basically not very helpful. With origins, I've grabbed Life Seeded. This means our guaranteed habitable worlds simply will not spawn. We only have one planet at the start. That planet is a Gaia world. Yes, this is good. Having a Gaia world as our capital will get more resources and a little bit more happiness and have 100% habitability. Compare that to a normal capital where we already have 100% habitability, and the bonuses here are basically just 10% more resources from our jobs. What's really bad is that we will have Gaia world preference on our species. This means we cannot inhabit any worlds other than Gaia worlds without having 0% habitability. That is very, very cursed. This is going to lock us into just a single planet unless we can find some Gaia worlds or until we have ascended. I've tried to pick a disgusting cursed combination for our flag combo here, and our ruler has the spycraft trait and is an official. In my opinion, that's the worst of the three leader classes. I'd rather a scientist or a commander, and spycraft is basically going to be entirely useless for us. Looking at our ethics, pacifist is going to prevent us from actually declaring war and conquering our neighbors. That's bad. Xenophobe is going to make our neighbors hate us a bit. That is bad as well. And authoritarian locks us out from having democracies and the nice bonuses that egalitarian could bring to our nation with better living standards. Overall, it was a tough choice picking ethics because everything does have a benefit. This is, I think, the worst combination I can think of at the moment, especially with very strong Grand Admiral AI starting next to us. When it comes to our precursors, I'm going to go for the First League and the Anician Traders. The Anician Traders have absolutely the worst relic possible, and the First League have no relic whatsoever, just a relic world. So let's see if that is going to be bad for us. We are playing on Grand Admiral. I have a bunch of AI Empires and a Barred Spiral, which should delay the formation of the Galactic community. And that will be negative for us in terms of getting good bonuses later in the game when we come to face a 25 times crisis. I'm not sure we can win that with this cursed build, but let's give it a goddamn go. In the eons since the first primitive cursed communities took shape in the idyllic valleys and lush forests of our homeworld Maledictus, our civilization has allegedly spread and prospered. The vast world we called home has always been a paradise to our kind, but we are constantly stubbing our toes on random bits of foliage that we didn't notice. Did some unknown entity create this world specifically for us? Yes, it's a Gaia world, but it means we are very reliant on perfect living conditions, and we don't want to live anywhere else. We've discovered hyperlanes, and the finest minds of the Serene Cursed State have finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves and all the cursed offerings they have are finally within our reach. Luckily, I've never made a technology tier list, so I can just pick whichever technologies I want, though basically everything at the start of the game is pretty good anyway. There's nothing that's really awful for us to take here. I'm also going to start off by building some science ships right out of the gate because we don't really need those alloys for colonies. We're not making any colonies. We also don't really want to find anyone else. I'm going to turn on isolationist straight away for more unity, set up an information quarantine, a peace festival, and begin fortifying the border. That does mean that even though our capital planet Maledictus is a cursed hellhole, we do start with 96% stability and a 97% pop approval rating. Even though with stratified economy, everyone should be kind of miserable. I've locked in my first early trades. I'm feeling like the best thing we can do here is try and stay small, go for a unity rush, biologically ascend, and then get rid of some of the terrible things on our plate. Hopefully we can do that before some evil alien empires find us and destroy us. Grand Pisaka Big Mark is ready for the challenge, as long as he's not tripped over a brick recently. The year is 2201 and we've met our very first aliens, the Shazarak Continuum. These ancient caretakers have a ring world, I'd like that, but they're very strong and hopefully they're going to ignore us for a while. At least we don't have the fanatic xenophobes right next to us. My choices here for first tradition are very limited. In the F tier, I can pick between politics, which is unavailable to us, domination, aptitude, or diplomacy. Diplomacy would do literally nothing for us as we've not met any aliens. Aptitude is worse than taking nothing, so I think I will pick domination here, reducing slave political power and giving us a little bit more worker pop resource output for now. Year 2 and the Grand Pisaka has just leveled up. We started with spycraft. I'm going to pick charismatic now because that's much better. I'm going to try and ignore spycraft for as long as possible. And of course, we have lots of different planets around us, but we cannot inhabit any of them without being on 0% habitability. How delicious. It seems to me Stellaris really understood the assignment here. Thanks to Privy Council, which is giving us plus 50 Edict Fund, and our leader giving us a bunch of Edict Fund, and of course having Charismatic, that civic that's giving our bureaucrats additional Edict Fund is literally doing absolutely nothing for us. We can't use all of this Edict Fund, not even a little bit. Oh, and of course, another habitable planet within 3 jumps of our capital that is useless to us. Brilliant. Thank you, game. Domination is done. We have dominated this weird little green marble. Now let's pick an Ascension perk. Given how much Edict Fund we have that we're not even using, I think the absolute worst choice for us at this point would have to be, without a shadow of a doubt, Executive Vigor. There are going to be no half measures or compromises in this government.
No! God, please, no! No!
Big Mark knows how to get things done, and that's why we're now sitting pretty at 244 Edict Fund. I could turn on Enhanced Surveillance and Extended Shifts. If I turn on Enhanced Surveillance, I just want everyone to note this. We're on 93% stability, right? That affects our job output. Enhanced Surveillance increases stability by 5, but loses 10% happiness for our people. Turning this on actually reduces our stability. We go from 93 down to 92, meaning that this is literally poisonous snake oil. The only actual benefit here is we're increasing authoritarian ethics attraction and getting more encryption, two things I don't care about at all, so it's useless. Extended shifts could be good. Turning that on also reduces stability, but does give us a 10% boost to our worker output, so I might turn that on for the minor stability reduction we'll end up getting there. Because, I mean, honestly, we're an authoritarian, stratified economy. Who cares about the happiness of the workers anyway? And you know what? Let's really hammer this home by taking even more Edict Fund that we're simply not going to be using. Excellent. Absolutely beautiful. Top play over here. Oh, brilliant. We've encountered some aliens. Let's not pursue that first contact because I really don't want to meet any aliens. They are going to hate me and I really won't have enough of a navy to defend myself. The hatred is probably going to come from the fact we're xenophobic. Yikes. And if you're enjoying this video, please curse that like button. For our second tradition, because it's entirely useless, I am taking diplomacy. Maybe we can get a federation going. Given that we're going to go down the route of diplomacy, Big Mark has decided to pursue first contact. What could possibly go wrong? All of our hope rests with the fact that thanks to my 4 envoys and the emotional connection we've gained with those very crazy sounding aliens, the Serene Curse state will actually be able to survive. Let's try and get even more happiness from meeting them. My goodness me, and we can establish an embassy. They love us, right? Slap everybody into improving relations. I want these aliens to think we are the bee's knees, otherwise we will die. We will die badly. And let's grab a non-aggression pact straight away. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. And they're going to guarantee my independence. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be alive for a little bit longer yet. They are a lot stronger than us. Yeah, quite a bit by Diplo weight. That's not so good. And you know what? We don't need research right now. Not that much. I'm considering swapping over my archive to an administrative hub to boost our Unity output even further. Let's do it. The Blessed Solorum Empire are giving us a research agreement and a commercial pact. I say yes. Ooh, they've also got a ruined interstellar assembly. Nice. And then maybe, just maybe, we can get a migration treaty allowing us to inhabit, let's check this, tundra worlds. We've got quite a few of those. Tundra world, yes. We're actually going to be able to colonize. Just as soon as I set the default rights to be slaves? Yeah, let's go with some residents. They're latently psionic already? Really? Oh my goodness me. Right, let's go and colonize our first planet. I think I'll take Federation Code next so we can form a federation with our lovely neighbors, the Blessed Solorum Empire, and cement our survival by, staying alive. Next up, I think I'm going to take Transcendent Learning. This is going to boost our leader experience gain. Given that we live forever, I actually think this F tier perk might be slightly useful for us. It also reduces our leader upkeep, giving us more Unity income. And the Blessed Solorum Empire are saying we should become a Prospectorium. I think, for now, decline. For our third civic, I suppose I do actually have to pick Aptitude. This is going to reduce our leader maximum negative traits by 1 and actually offset the jinx traits, so I'm not entirely getting absolutely nothing from this. Leadership conditioning is nowhere near as good as it used to be because you get 3,000 experience shared between all leaders. That's nothing. That's like a drop in the ocean. We need 3,000 experience just to go up 1 level. You know what would be much better than leadership conditioning? Having statecraft and just clicking it when we complete each of our agendas. Oh, we've met some aliens. Let's see if we can make them friends. Oh god, they hate us. Why do they hate us? They are a hive mind and they have minus 800 relations with us. Aesthetics subsumed away. That's so high. They really, really do hate us. But they're not total war or anything. I'm very confused about why their hatred of us is so high. Is this just because we're cursed? Rather annoyingly, I didn't notice when I was setting the species rights of the Solorum that I'd enabled population controls, which meant they couldn't even generate more pops. That's my fault. I've now allowed them to intermingle and breed. Hopefully, that'll also make them a little bit happier now they're allowed to actually have their own children. They do happily love the monarchy, though, so, you know, all praise the Grand Pisarca, Big Mark. Oh, bless the blessed Solorum Empire. The year is 2231. They want to give us the heart of the pulsar in exchange for a torn solar sail. I mean, I'm going to have to say yes to that. That's a beautiful exchange. I'm going to assume this necklace isn't cursed. That's a big assumption, I suppose, but I'm sure it's fine. Let's see. We'll also grab healthcare programs. We're very close now to being able to ascend. I'm going to take as my third tradition actual ascension, and then with an actual ascension, maybe we can produce some proper resources. Each embassy we have also boosts our unity production thanks to diplomatic networking. So I'm going around trying to make as many friends as I possibly can. Due to the choices available to us, we can only form two types of federations, galactic unions or hegemonies. I want to be in control of this federation eventually, and I'm hoping that we can boost our power level once we ascend and push down into something a bit more reasonable. So by going for hegemony, that means yes, we start as something like a subject, but later on, we can take the mantle of control for ourselves. I saved up 20,000 alloys. We're now going to push out basically 150 naval capacity, which should easily push us over the diplomatic weight of our great leaders. The blessed Solorum Empire shall no longer be the hegemonic leader. Instead, we will. And then we're going to probably try and belligerently make the Valdarian Conclave our bitches. The year is about to be 75. Big Mark has undergone quite the transformation. His genetic purity has resulted in having not just one eye, but two eyes to look out all along the whole galaxy. And we are using that eye to look forwards into a galaxy full of life and hope. And very, very soon, if we can actually catch up with the damn Serene Cursed State, you know, that's what the problem is. Big Mark hasn't realized it, but we need more shipyards. More shipyards would mean less problems. I'm currently bottlenecked by shipyard production. Otherwise, we would have a very, very large fleet, I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we've done it. We've gained control of the taxmen. I cannot believe the Cursed Star Hegemonies set up their Federation fleet to be called the Taxmen. That's amazing, actually. I'm fully in favor of this. Wow, I'm not even going to change that fleet name. That is beautiful. Let's take a look at these ship designs. Oh my god, absolutely not. Right. That's actually pushed our Diplo weight up even more. Okay. We're now doing quite well in the Galactic community. You know, I wouldn't mind proposing the formation of a Galactic Council. Oh, somebody's already on that. Let's bump that up a bit. I have Ascension perk slots open. I think I'll grab Shared Destiny. That's F tier. We're still fulfilling the promise there. And then after that, I suppose Interstellar Dominion. Oh, it's utterly worthless. We run out of F tier traditions. That now means I'm moving on to C tier and grabbing Archivism. Lovely. We've just identified that the Valdarian Conclave and their vassals, the Newton Hive and the Moit-Huxon Council, are inferior to us. The planets come in from the north and then just sweep south, destroying everything in our path until finally the Valdarian Conclave submits to our great might. The Serene Cursed State may not be amazing, but I'll tell you what, we're not going to lose. Everyone is in position. Let's take 3 vassals and massively expand the size of our hegemony. While they did try and do a switcheroo on us and go up the western flank, I forgot they could fly through the Fallen Empire as well, but it didn't go very well for them. We repulsed the enemy, and now we're just going to attack. Whilst the occupation and liberation of these 3 nations continues apace, I'd like to introduce you all to our brand new secret weapon, the humble little Arctic world of Vikfjord. Now, on the surface, Vikfjord might not seem fantastic. Weirdly, there's 6,500 meta-cursed living here, and a growth of 69. How could that be, I hear you ask? This is enough population growth to fill in a new district every 3 months. Well, let me introduce you to the Restoration Enclave, an experience hub, part of the brand new resort world and the great services on offer here at Vikfjord. You see, this is kind of cursed. By having our gene clinics merged with a genomic research facility, the Restoration Enclave presents us with a unique opportunity to get lots and lots of genomic research jobs. And I really, really do mean a lot of genomic research jobs. These additional jobs are granting us a whopping, well, let's just check this out, shall we? A whopping 400% pop growth speed, 136% monthly organic pop growth speed, and 54 monthly organic pop growth, alongside a reduction of organic pop upkeep by 68%. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, 28,000 amenities, so everyone here is super happy. This is a beautiful little world that we're going to utilize to generate pops to place them on another world, maybe an Ecumenopolis world, if I feel it's reasonable to get one or I can find one. And that is going to make us very, very strong indeed. After a short, not so bloody 12 years of war, we have achieved all objectives and completely vassalized the entire southwest of the galaxy. There we go. Beautiful. Now, at present, there are some grumbles amongst members of the lesser species, but that's fine. We're going to fix that presently. Oh, there are still F-tier perks that I could be taking here, but I really would like to be able to defeat this crisis. Arcology project would be very good, very, very good indeed. Oh goodness me, Defender of the Galaxy, yes, yes, please. Instead, I'm going to have to pick Mastery of Nature. Yes, it's in the C tier, but it is basically the worst perk I could grab here. And everything else that I could already take in F tier has been taken. I don't have the technologies to take other items. I've taken every single tradition in the F and C tiers that were available to me. I'm now up to B. I can actually get something kind of half decent. I could grab Harmony, or I could grab Discovery or Adaptability. Harmony would give me more Edict Fund and more stability that I definitely don't need. Adaptability, on the other hand, could improve my planets with more maximum districts and reduce my upkeep, increasing my habitability. You know what? Let's grab Adaptability. I really hate to do this. I want to take Arcology project. At the very least, World Shaper would be nice. Instead, because I'm stuck down in F tier, that does mean I now need to take Detox. Brilliant. That means I can now terraform 2 whole planets. A size 12 world. Seriously? Is that all we're going to get? Right, okay.
But you can't do this to me.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why that perk is in the F tier. A size 12 and a size 23 is really far outside the realms of things I would regard as helpful and good. The tradition tree is finished. It's taken me 116 years, but gosh darn it, I've completed it. This does mean I have one more Ascension perk to take. I've taken everything I can take from F tier, so I have a C tier choice. I can either take Grasp the Void for +5 starbase capacity, or Galactic Contender for a bit more diplomatic weight and a big bonus to damage output versus Fallen Empires. The Fallen Empire right next to it actually had a ring world. If I could get a ring world, that would give us enough in terms of production to maybe fight off this 25 times crisis in only 45 years. 45 years until we hit the end game, and our ruler, Steel Alex, no idea what happened to Big Mark, I assume he finally died from tripping over a brick one too many times, will be able to say that yes, even a cursed F tier empire can beat a 25 times crisis. The cursed star hegemony, which is currently the entire southwest of the galaxy, has prospered under the wise leadership of our nation. Many meta-cursed now feel that it is time for our services to the Alliance to be paid back with a celebration of its unity. Yes, we did start this federation, yes, we've usurped its leadership, and we've made it so that we're totally and utterly in charge, the masters to slaves, as it were, but they should throw me a party. The great cursed leaders that have done so much for this great nation should be honored. They are proposing that member states contribute towards the erection of a grand monument in the skies above Maledictus, while in the meantime, we send delegations to 2 member states' capitals to aid them in their efforts to bring greater unity, blah, 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 blah. And it looks like everybody is saying yes, except the Mojhuxcan Council. I don't even remember who they are. Who are they? Somebody from our power block have said no, but they'll probably be shot or something. Staring into the deep abyss that is this Fallen Empire's fleet, I'm desperately checking here to see if they've got any armor or shield hardening, and yes, they do have 30% shield hardening. That still makes it more effective to go for full bypass weapons if I can muster them. Checking out our fleet, I can see that I have in fact not gone for any bypass weapons. Ah, I see. Oh my God, some of these planets. All right, this is a toxic world we've terraformed. It's size 12. Remember that size 12 toxic world? Well, it's so full of blockers that it's starting with 0 districts. And I paid an Ascension perk for this privilege. Oh, how great and glorious. What a wonderful world. Remember all those diplomatic favors we were gathering up earlier on? Well, we improved lots of relations, got lots of favors. Now we're going to be calling them in. Why are we doing that? Yeah, absolutely no reason that I can think of. No, we're just going to have a free and fair vote, a good, reasonable election. Unironically, it seems I didn't need to call these favors in. The people actually want us to lead. They are desperate for cursed rulership. Only the Habnite unified worlds currently stand against us in the vote. Let their name be marked forever. Oh, we don't have an embassy. That's maybe why they don't like us so much. How about we give them some snorty Zro powder? A lot? Yeah. Maybe that'll loosen their lips, untie their tongues, and just generally bring them on board. Oh, that is beautiful. With the custodians of peace, justice, and security. I'm thinking... Oh, I almost clicked the wrong button. Let me see. I'm thinking, yeah, forever. Custodians forever does have a good ring to it, doesn't it? And with our appointing to the custodianship, that celebration for our leadership, well, that's gone off like a charm. We've even got the Federation monument flying tall and flying proud above the homeworld. God bless that tetrahedron. With these new custodian powers, I think I'm just going to end the session here early. Some people haven't voted, but clearly they don't need to vote. And now that I've secured my leadership in perpetuity, let's set up some space cops. The year is 2340. We are 10 years away now from the Endgame. I've done nothing except focus on economy and focus. Without arcology projects, I have been forced to throw up a variety of different habitats, that sort of nonsense. We've now formed the Galactic Defense Force. That's going to let us design some truly awful weaponry. All right, let's add another fleet in. We've, of course, got the Federation fleet, which is upgrading. And we have the Supreme Leader's personal entourage that twice hanged Baldus Air likes to take out every now and then for a little jaunt. But we also need a Galactic Defense Force of state-of-the-art battleships designed by our politicians. We've laid claim to the Alpha Refuge. There are only 8 years until we hit the end game. This is our moment. I am declaring war, not just for us, but for the entire galaxy. You see, if we don't get hold of this ring world, how are we going to defend everyone from... Oh god, they're coming. Oh god, they're coming. That is 800,000 fleet power. We have got, in comparison, less. I'm going to put the armies at the front to soak up the damage, and then everyone else will sit behind. No, at the front, sirs. Yeah, you stay at the front to tank it, and then everyone else is going to attack. Come on. We've got bonuses to damage. That looks like we're doing well. My goodness me, it is not just a victory, it is a slaughter. That's a solid win there, and we're now going to charge up and hopefully complete this with a second win. Slight issue to note, they are going to return from FTL retreat soon. When they do, I don't want to be in the same system. This capital already has 1 million fleet power worth of star bases. I can see what they've got thanks to my sentry array. Don't call me paranoid, but I want to know. Oh, okay, 500,000 still. If they go south and attack my vassals, we're just going to sneak in, I think. Yeah, that's not my problem or fault. So first we send in the goons, and then when the goons have arrived and tanked all the first shots, we, the actual fleet, get here, and I hope we can win this. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. Oh, this is very, very bad. These defense platforms are a lot stronger than I expected. Oh, wait, we've taken one. The Fed fleet is almost dead, my lord. The Fed fleet is pretty much gone. Our personal fleet is in tatters. I don't think we're going to get more than one. I think we should call for a retreat there and, you know, just count ourselves lucky overall that we had a good show. We gave that a good go, really, didn't we? Oh, and they're dead. Right, so we knocked one out. The other two are going to be much easier to take down. This is going to present them with a challenge, though, I think. It's going to start repairing every now and then they're going to have to keep fighting it. Ha! Okay, that might confuse the computer, by which I mean the Shazardak Continuum, a custodian module. A lot. A whole damn lot. Okay, we've come back for round 2. The enemy have jumped straight on us. Quick! Quick, shoot them down! Their chasing strategy seems to be highly effective, but not quite effective enough. That's another solid victory. The second time's the charm, at least that's what I hear. Okay, 1 station down. Come on, come on, 2 down. Yes, this is going perfectly. Just need to take out the final deep space station. There we are, and the center, and we've done it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. We've got them. Invasions are going off apace. Once we get hold of these ring worlds, we're going to have to very quickly convert them. Building speed is going to be our main issue, not population. We've got plenty of food, plenty of energy, and enough trade that I can buy as many minerals as I need. And don't forget our secret weapon, procreation. Yes, getting down and dirty means that we have 27,000 population, of which 22,000 are just civilians waiting for jobs. And that's just on Vicfjord. Other planets literally have thousands upon thousands of population. And with that, the 2347 season comes to an end. Let's see what all my money has bought me. Ooh, this is good. Okay, let's grab. I need more alloys. Yes. So begins the long process of clicking the resettle button like a bajillion times. We are now 2350. The end game is here, just as we thought it would always be. We're now at 2,500 alloy income per month, and we are ramping up and up and up. One of these ring worlds is already at 638 alloy production. Very soon it's going to hit 1,000, then 2,000, then maybe 3, possibly even 4. I love it.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Seems like the rest of the galaxy don't quite appreciate my new galactic police force. I'm proposing we expand it, and instead these fools are all saying, no, we shouldn't do that. Where? You know what? To hell with them, I think. Given that we're doing all of this, not just for them, but for everybody else, I mean, come on, we're pacifists, we're the good guys. I don't understand why they don't just love us already and give us all of the stuff. To the east, the hive-minded Fallen Empire has woken up. That seems to have wakened all of these other empires from their reverie, and finally, they are voting yes on our GDF expansion. Excellent. Thanks to this GDF expansion, we've got a lot of cash in the bank. We're going to invest it in some high-yield, interest-free, short-return, expensively, oh my goodness, 85,000 alloys. Yeah, it was worth it. See, the investment has instantly paid off. I am a genius. Thank you all for your time. A lot of good bonuses for the whole galaxy that we really should be looking into. We're now making just over 4,000 alloys before our costs. In order to fund this, I'm having to buy a lot, and I really do mean a lot of minerals, and the price of minerals has gone up precipitously. So I'm now converting over some of my planets into mining zones. Yes, gone are the researchers, back are the miners. Also, let's grab some more mining districts. Mining support here should give us a massive glut of minerals. Currently, we're getting 54 per pop. When we convert these 2 districts over to mining support, I expect that number to go up. Very up. The first one has given us almost 1,000 additional minerals per month. Amazing. Joyous, in fact. I love it. That's because we've gone from 50 per pop to 89 per pop. Beautiful. I wonder where the second one will take us. Yes, we're going to drop down by about 2,000 research, but I need more minerals to fund my expansion of alloys. 3,400 minerals. This is like a Dyson sphere's worth of minerals. Oh my lord. Speaking of Dyson spheres, let me introduce you to Processing Unit. There are 2 generator supports giving plus 100% resources from technicians, a host of other districts. You know what, let's add another one of these. And yeah, this is making 10,000 energy every single month, but these numbers are low. Let's transport some civilians across, because I think those numbers could go even higher. Yes, there we are. 12,000 energy. All I had to do was move some pops around that. Oh my goodness, we're now up to 13. This is the value of 3 and a bit Dyson spheres. It's 15,000 pops, which isn't that many, and it is a single planet. Oh my goodness me. Economic stuff is crazy in this rework. We're using that Dyson sphere's worth of energy for very important investments. Yes, every month we are investing in important resources for this entire galaxy. Any day now I'll have invested enough and I'll be able to quit. You know what? I don't believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, apparently all it takes to get the Galatron is a cursed run-through. This now means that Montu does in fact have the Galatron, not just once, but I've actually got the achievement, and I've received the Galatron a number of times. I'm practically a Galatronaire these days. But yes, cursed run-throughs, that's how you get the Galatron. What is it? What is it worth? Thanks, bye. We have spent many long years preparing for this event. We knew it was coming, and now it has arrived. The Unbidden are here. A massive tear in the fabric of space itself has been ripped asunder. Where is this tear? Well, it's on the other side of the known universe. And it has a very, very high fleet power. My lord, yes, very high indeed. We have assembled an entire carpet of ships surrounded by a carpet of other nations ready to take this fight to the Unbidden.
Saddle up! Lock and load!
We are the Galactic Custodian. We will set the focus to the Unbidden and prepare for war. Just a couple of bits and pieces before I fight. I'm going to grab United Front. That one, as an emergency measure, will give us another 20% damage to Endgame Crisis factions, which should also be combined with the Galactic Threats Committee for 40% and our Federation bonus for 65% additional damage. I would absolutely love to have, maybe instead of Detox, utter garbage, an Ascension perk like Defender of the Galaxy for another 50%, but this is an F tier run. The galaxy is calling out for aid, and we will eventually answer them. How do we get there fastest? That's going to be the important question. I have gateways, a massive network within my southwestern space, but up here, no gateways. How long will it take us to get there? 51 days. Oh, there's a gateway. Oh, so beautiful. Right. Let us combine forces and prepare to face the Unbidden. Probably there. That's a good spot. Oh gosh. Wait, no, are they all going to fly together? If they're all flying together, I don't want to be there yet. No, sorry, not yet. Instead, we're going to sit here at the gateway. We're just going to enter orbit of the gateway. We don't want to be caught with our pants down, especially against 20 million fleet power. We've got 8. There's a further 4 or 5 supporting us. But 20 million, well, gosh darn, that's a lot. Thank goodness. We still don't have any tracking. Oh, wait a minute. They've left their home system, meaning they've left it unguarded. We could sneak in. There's a gateway up there. Yes. These fools. You know, honestly, I have to say the Aquinian Collective here, they've actually saved the galaxy by having a gateway to the east and north of this, the Unbidden staging system. We only have to fly in here, take out this station, take out the anchor, and then we can destroy the wormhole, leaving, yes, admittedly, what is this? About 30 million fleet power worth of Unbidden ships, but it's fine. Okay, and the Unbidden are still pressing forwards. I should make sure I have all of my edicts turned on. I have astral shielding on. All of the exotic edicts are turned on. Let's have, we might as well turn on defensive measures. It's not going to do anything. And a grand fleet. And let's grab a military application for additional shield damage. Reverse engineer some arcane technology. Discover an L-Gate insight. And finally proclaim our superiority. Trying to go into some of these systems is honestly like watching a slideshow, though. There are simply far too many ships. A literal carpet of allies coming to help us out. There's 10 million fleet power approaching the hyper relay. We're going to jump through and appear here in literally a few days. Hopefully the range will still be good and we will get some clean shots at the enemy. We've arrived. My goodness me. Opening salvo is dealing a lot of damage. Maybe it's going to be enough. They haven't even fired yet. My God, we've knocked out 1 million fleet power already. My favorite version of Stellaris is when it does become a slideshow, though. They are shooting now with their matter disintegrators. They must have found range. Hopefully not on our ships. Hopefully it's on the allies. The cannon fodder. I'm going to drop speed down to slowest to see if we can almost watch this battle unfold. There goes the GDF, 100 battleships ready to take on the enemy. And there are more and more allies coming in. This is what the Cursed Star Hegemony was built for. The Presidente is secure. We're going to get this done. Oh my goodness me. We wiped the fleets out. We now have Titans opening fire with ferocious abandon at the central station. It is such a bright salvo. I can't even see the central station. I think it's been eliminated. Now we can move on to attack the portal. Another fleet has just jumped in. They've got 5 million more. How much do we have in system? Let's check that out. We have 8 million and our allies represent 2.5 million. Together, that's 10 million fleet power with at least a 40% bonus. I would like to end United Front sooner rather than later, though, because that would give us even more silly numbers. Wait, the station is back? How did that happen? Go, slideshow, go! There's honestly just so many ships in this system. Oh, and you can see the tactics. We're bunching out. We've got some ships moving around. Everything is going swimmingly. Now we just need to take on that final wormhole. This is the entry point of the Unbidden. Once we knock this down, the Unbidden will basically be defeated, or at least they can't bring any more reinforcements in. Oh, they've got 50% shield hardening. Those dastardly bastards. But no shields and armor, so actually, that's fine. Have we lost any ships? Yes, we have lost a few ships. It's not going to take very much to reinforce them, though. Let's click that reinforcement button and spend 2,000 alloys on additional ships. With the entire military in the field right now, I am consuming, let me just check this, yes, 17,000 energy credits. That makes this energy ring station essential, given that it's producing 18,000. Yep, that is more than 4 Dyson spheres on a single ring world segment. It's just beautiful. Oh, there's a gateway here somewhere. There's a gateway there. If we fly through the gateway, we can jump down over to here, the capital of the Aquinian Collective, defend their homeworld, and see off 17 million. We're outnumbered currently 2-1 with that fight, but I believe in the serene cursed state. Pegleg Piet can do it. That esteemed quartermaster, no one but an esteemed quartermaster with knuckle dusters resplendent could manage this. Oh god, they've jumped. Are we here? Have we arrived? Yes, we're here. Okay. Let's bring our battleships into range. Range is now good. We've sent forward the armies to take the damage first. That's fine. Letting some armies die is an acceptable risk, you know, to the cavalry. Because then our artillery, noble and resplendent with their arc emitters and kinetic batteries, can punch through what remains of this extra-dimensional threat. Oh, it's glorious. For a little while, I wasn't sure if we were going to make it before we took that ring world, but once we stole a ring world or two from the Fallen Empire, everything has been going gangbusters. We're making plenty of alloys now. We're making plenty of energy credits. Without that ring world, we certainly would not be alive right now, and I would not be able to claim victory over Stellaris with a cursed F-tier build. Apparently, I forgot to even bring the Federation fleet to join us. That was basically 1 million worth of fleet power that did not get used. Big oops on that one. Never mind. We'll send everyone home, though. It's fine. It's fine. Commendations and medals all around. We'll spend a few thousand alloys just to bring the naval power back up to pre-crisis levels. I must have clicked through the event without noticing it, but ladies and gentlemen, the extra dimensionals have been defeated. Allegedly, at least, there is some apparent graphical bug. I'm being told it's a graphical bug on my system and not an Unbidden jumping into the center of the galaxy there. But yeah, we've done it. We have actually won the game with an F-tier build. This has been a lot of fun. At this point, we've dealt with the Unbidden very quickly. I think that was like 300 days in total. Our Galactic power is entirely unrivaled. We have 10 times the fleets of anyone else and enough diplomatic weight to simply smash through any resolution we want, meaning the Galactic Senate is firmly under our control.
I am the Senate.
Also, our economy is still booming. 6,000 alloys, 20,000 research, 4,000 unity, enough of every type of exotic resource, plenty of trade, basics. I mean, yeah, what more could we possibly do that we haven't already done to show that we have defeated Stellaris and a 25 times crisis? I've had a lot of fun. Oh my goodness me, yes. Big Mark and I thank you for your time. Thanks again to Warhammer 40,000 Tacticus for sponsoring this video. Don't forget you can download the game using our link and use our code to get some in-game goodies. If you enjoyed this video where I took an F tier build, F tier traditions, and F tier everything pretty much, and managed to beat a 25 times crisis, but you want to play with a build that is actually very, very strong, you might want to check out my overpowered tall knights build video. To do that, click the video on screen now.